Okay, so this is the third video to see my daughter's schizophrenic and is pregnant. Um, I'm making the third one because we're going into the first month with the baby. What to expect when you have a schizophrenic daughter uh, and she's pregnant. Now, this is not going to apply for the male child schizophrenia because more than likely the mother of the child is going to get the child, and the parents of the mother is going to have something to do with the baby. Hopefully both parties aren't schizophrenic. I hope not, anyway. But if they are, then one grandparent or the other has to get the baby because let's just say schizophrenics don't make good parents at all, especially when it's a single parent type of situation. So here's the baby, and she is going on three weeks and excuse me, 5 days. She will be a month, um, April the 3rd. She is very bright, and as you can see, her eyes are open, and she's very alert. Um, she's quiet, which is a blessing because when they come here with developmental problems. Most of them. She has some issues because mom um, self-medicating, so we do have issues. But she's not your typical baby that has that type of disadvantage. She's quiet for the most part. Now she doesn't sleep very well. She stays up all night, kind of. So we're up what every other hour, maybe every other hour she gets up. But that may be the fact that she's a bottle-fed baby. My babies, when I had my babies, they were all breast babies, so there was never any waking up. Whenever they started crying, I just rolled over and breastfed the baby, you know. But her, I have to come in the kitchen and make the bottle and warm it. That takes a good 15 minutes. And so it can be a little bit strenuous on baby because she's crying waiting on the bottle. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to, you know, well, I won't say that because I have an idea, an invention in my mind concerning this situation. So I'm not going to say anything about it. I might give it away. Anyway, I've been observing everything that she does. I've been watching her very closely to see if we're going to have any issues. She's very, I don't know, she needs her me time. She got to have me time. But she also is very needy of me, her granny. Say, Granny, I need my granny's attention because she notices that her mom's not here. Believe it or not, I can tell because when her mom comes around, which isn't that much, but when her mother comes around, she reaches for her mother. See how she's putting her hand up? She does that towards her mother, and she's done it towards her dad. I'm not one of those people who try to keep the baby away from the parents. I believe that it's necessary for babies to have good developmental skills when they, in order for them to have those type of skills, they must interact with their biological mother and father. A lot of people think, because the situation, they should be kept away from the parents. No, I'm a child who was kept away from my mother. And let's just say it didn't help me any. There's a fly in here. And he's just flying over here. I don't want nothing to bite the baby. She is very curious. She is very alert. And and she loves to eat. Say, I love to eat. Say, yeah, I love to eat. And my mouth is always seeking things. You know, I think that's got something to do with the fact that she's a baby of a self-medicating mother. You know, it's got something to do with her latching on to something, feeling that, I don't know how to put it, you know, they want comfort in a way that like a normal baby may not. And they want it through the bottle like an obsession type of deal. The the only thing I can say that is obvious in the baby because of the circumstance of how she was born is her trembles. She'll shake, you know. She gets the shakes, and that's not normal. But whenever I pick her up and I love on her, it goes away. Yeah, it goes away. And she focuses on me. But she looks at me, and it goes away. Ain't that right, pretty girl? Hmm? Yeah, she's observant, and she observes the fact that Granny loves her, and she soaks it up. And I do everything in my power to make sure she knows that I love her and that I'm not leaving her. I'm not going anywhere, and that, you know, I'm here for her for the long haul. Unfortunately, like anybody, I need to work also. And in this season, I can't work. So I have no income. So I have to rely on family members or others to help me pay my bills. That's the downside of this situation for anybody. I don't think people really pay attention to those type of problems. Like they see it as the child being the issue, but no, the major issues is finances. You know, I'm a working woman, just like anybody else, and the type of job I had, I worked at Delta. If I go to Delta, I will never see her because I basically live at Delta when I'm working, as basically 14 hours a day spent towards Delta. And nobody, in my opinion, I wouldn't let anybody keep her during these first 3 or 4 months because there's some other extenuating circumstances that has to be, you know, made sure that it's done with this baby. And we're talking about serious health issues if I'm not here. So there's no way I can go to work. So I had to take a leave, and more than likely, I'm going to have to quit my job because, you know, the situation. So now I'm relying on services. It's funny, you know, people who work and make money and pay their own bills, they get to thinking that they're all that and better than everybody else because they got a job, and that person who don't got a job, then there must be something wrong with them. But you never know when you're going to find yourself in this situation right here. And you have to stop working for whatever particular reason. And if you do, you still cannot pay your bills. That's still the same thing. You know, and you have to have somewhere to live. You must have a way to feed and take care of yourself. And that's where your family comes in. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I'm quite sure with this month coming up now, this is where I'm going to find the issues, because I did have money saved and I used that money, not knowing that I was going to have to take off more time and possibly quit my job. So be prepared for that part of it because it can get a little hairy with this type of situation. You're pulling Granny's dress and trying to show my stuff, girl. But yeah, other than those issues, everything is fine. We're working it out. My youngest daughter, she's 21. She's helping me with the baby as much as she can. But all of you all know this new generation, this younger generation, the ones coming in now, they don't like to be pinned down to do anything, and it's not her responsibility to help me with the babies. So I have to do this by myself, which is fine. I raised all my other children. I raised my babies by myself. Their daddy died. So it's not like it's a new thing. But it is now, because now you can't get the kind of help that you were able to get when I was raising my children. Now there aren't many programs to help you financially. Um, of course, I filled out application for um, welfare. I have no choice. You know, don't be ashamed to fill out applications for things like welfare, WIC, because no matter what, you're going to need milk. That's just the bottom line. Also, I'm having to go. I put it off because I was hoping my daughter would show some sort of initiative to get straight, and then they could work with her. But no, nothing's changed. I gave her a little bit of time to see. Now I'm headed towards the courthouse and to file for custody of the baby. Um, you know, little baby needs somebody to take care of her. She can't take care of herself. So we're going to file for me, rather. I'm going to file for custody. I'm sorry, I have to get the bottle. They have these new bottles too. She had a problem latching on to the nipple, like a regular nipple. That's another thing. The developmental issues, like she, she has what one might call tongue-tied. She is tongue-tied. Her tongue sticks to the roof of her mouth when she tries to eat, and it doesn't come down. These are things that you're probably gonna have to deal with. The tongue sticks to the roof of her mouth, not like stuck, but that's where she puts it because it's a nervous thing, and she leaves it there even when I'm trying to feed her. And as you know, when you put the nipple in the baby mouth, that can be an issue because now you're not getting the milk through the mouth into the throat. Now it's underneath the tongue. So when I went to her appointment, her clinical appointment last week, they gave me these bottles with like a silicone type of feel. It feels like a breast, and the nipple looks like a nipple, a woman's nipple. Well, it could be, it could be perceived that way by baby. It's soft and it's nice and silicone. So, someone's calling me. I'll call back. So, it's working better, but she still is tongue-tied even when she's eating with this one. We have to repeatedly put the nipple in her mouth for her to do it the right way. She doesn't put the tongue down to receive the nipple. It's always at the roof of her mouth. And eventually, if I do it enough, then she'll do it. Then she'll latch on. But you have to pay attention, because if you don't, the milk's going around the mouth down into the throat area, like around the neck area, not down the throat. And so she's not getting the milk. She can actually starve if I'm not paying attention and making sure she's getting the nipple inside of her mouth instead of underneath her tongue. These are things that I'm dealing with. But it's okay. It's all worth it for Granny to get baby where baby needs to be. I'm going to do whatever God needs me to do for this baby. And, little Constance Trinice Bennett is all I'm focused on right now. That's all I'm focused on. I can't let anything else sidetrack me or get me off my course. So this is the third video to my daughter's schizophrenic and she's pregnant, and what to expect. I'm quite sure as time goes by, it's going to get a little bit more hairier, because my daughter is still coming around here every now and then, trying to assert her authority, especially when she's inebriated or something like that. She's trying to, I don't know, make herself feel important. That's what it is in her mind. She wants to be head honcho, but there's no such thing as head honcho when you're dealing with a baby. There's just a person who's going to take care of the baby, and there's others. So this is the third video. I'm gonna stop right here so I can get my day started. It's Easter, so I'm gonna try to cook something. Probably won't be able to put the baby down while I'm cooking. She's got a bassinet that I pull around with me. So when she starts crying, I just pick her up and love on her and then put her back down. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here.